Now we got to talk about the drama. Okay? We got to talk about the drama. And there's kind of two, but we're going to get the more drama heavy one out of the way. Now, I should have gave a warning for when I played the video with Jeff Snyder because he did use some language. So if language offends you, just fair warning on that there is going to be some language in this clip I'm going to play. I'm going to go ahead and turn it to my reaction way of doing it. But if you didn't know, there was the DICE Awards that came out this weekend. And at the DICE Awards, Greg Miller's been doing it for like 11 years or something. He's been doing it like the majority of the time the DICE Awards have been around. And from my understanding, it's kind of like where games journalists, it's like the award show for video game journalists to give to the people who make the games we love. And there's been times where it's been maybe a little political here or there. But here, Greg Miller decides to really tell, half of a population, the majority of a population, that, you know what, maybe they're not too welcome, watching this Game Awards show. Now, not the first part, and we'll get more into this, not the very beginning, but as you get into what he says and what he does, it's something that I would really question any Game Award. If you want, not even you or your company to grow, it's just really shocking that you would be willing to do this. And it's not funny, sadly. It's just not a good joke. They have the right to do it. They have the right to say it. So I'm definitely not saying that. It's just kind of a lame joke. So anyway, let's see what they have to say and then we'll discuss.
My favorite games, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred is nominated for Online Game of the Year. Get your hands together. Yeah. Thank you, Rod. Of course, that is a game that takes real skill.
It does. Yeah, and I'm not trying to flatter everyone here, but if I know one thing about this audience, it's that none of you had to pay someone to play Diablo for you.
Here, they're making fun of Elon Musk. Now, I haven't looked into that story. I don't know if Elon Musk really did admit to cheating, to having someone else play some games for him to get him better. He's a pretty busy guy. Okay, he's a pretty busy guy, but I don't know how true that is. Okay, I don't know the truth involved with all that. I know questions were raised from that, but that's fine. This joke's fine, and maybe he's well deserved. I don't know. I do not know. That's fine. Here's the thing, and this is more like, hey, you do you, bro. But to me, this is unwise. This is alienating half of your audience for what comes after. So like I said, this is fine. Make your jokes, whatever. But the next part is where you're choosing to alienate half of your audience. And yeah, let's just watch.
It's hard to level up your own characters when you're dismantling democracy.
I feel like we're in good company here, but just in case for the people online, if you get mad at that joke, it's Greg Miller. G-R-E-G.
M-I-L-L-E-R. Fuck Elon Musk and fuck Donald Trump.
Okay.
My favorite.
So, he makes the whole democracy comment, which people like this. Whenever they use the word democracy, guys, just remember that when they use the word democracy, it's more about just, you're taking away the thing that I want, right? It has nothing really to do with what the idea of democracy even means. It means, well, there's this thing that I want to do, either to impose on you, or I want from you, or the things that I just want for myself. And if I don't get to have one of those things, you're taking away democracy. You're taking it away. And that's his opinion. He has the right to have it. But then he also has the right to say F whoever he wants to say F to. Okay? He has that right. But when you're talking about a Game Award show and you're talking about bringing in an audience of all kinds to celebrate the things that we all love, right? And that's what's great about shows, movies, video games. It really has the opportunity to bring people together, to allow people to, celebrate these things that we like. And to do that and to say that just kills it. Just kills the chances of not only your thing growing, but people just go, you know what? I don't care to watch it. I don't care to watch it. I don't care to support it. I'm good. I'm good. And with saying that, it looks like the views of it were about 40,000 this year. And then I guess if you add the games trailer live stream of it, that's 3.5. So about 44,000, okay? 44,000 views is what the DICE Awards got. But I want to show something. Okay, maybe because you got that 3.9, so that's IGN Games. So let's just say for safety, okay? Let's just say safety-wise, let's just say 48,000 views, okay? 48,000 views. I want to show something kind of interesting. Because this is the first one that Side Scrollers did, okay? Side Scrollers did a Game Award show, and it's pretty short. It's about 30-something minutes long, okay? I would encourage you guys to check it out. It's a lot of fun. But it is about 68,000, okay? 68,000 views. Now, are there little jabs here and there about different things? Sure. Are there some awards that maybe someone politically on the left may disagree with? Possibly. But guys, they rewarded people they love. I remember there was one person that won an award that was very upset because they are a trans person or whatever. And it's like, look, you made a great game. We love your game. We want to support your game. There's nothing political about this. We just want to give you this award. But because they disagree on certain things, that person wasn't willing to accept the award and said, I didn't want the award. I don't want awards from people like you guys. But here's the thing, guys. 68,000 views. Now, it's been out for 3 weeks, so maybe that's a little unfair to compare. But I believe I saw Stuttering Craig talk about how they had about 50-something thousand views when it first came out. After the second day it was out, they had about 50,000 views. So they were already ahead of what the DICE Awards was. Now, DICE Awards is 3 hours long, whereas the Real Game Awards is not. But that could change. And guess what the Real Game Awards didn't do? The Real Game Awards didn't alienate half of their audience. They didn't separate half their audience and say, you know what? You're another. We don't like you. We don't care about you. Imagine if this show, the Real Game Awards, imagine that if half of it was just cussing out politicians and calling out Joe Biden every 5 seconds. It would get tiring. It would get exhausting. And no one wants that. No one cares for that. No one wants to see that. And so, anyway, I think that that's just interesting to point out. But it is really sad, though, to see the fall of Greg Miller. And really the fall of Kinda Funny, in my opinion. Kinda Funny has become this thing that will survive because only the political people on that side continue to watch it and enjoy it. It's the only reason they're going to survive, because I remember watching it and really trying to give it a chance, because I'm someone who doesn't like to other groups of people. I don't like to separate groups of people. You know, I want to get to know you for who you are, and even if we disagree with each other on certain things, as long as you make really good content that's not overly preachy, I will enjoy it, I will watch it, I will recommend it to others, and I will not, refuse or boycott it just because we have a different opinion, okay? And I think that's how most humans are, right? Most of us are like that. Most of us don't want to do that, right? But you would watch Kinda Funny, and ever since Colin left, and I said this on Twitter, that when Colin Moriarty left Kinda Funny over the most tamest joke of all time, which is much funnier than what Greg Miller just did, it's literally the tamest joke of all time. And for him to lose all of his friends during that time, to be totally abandoned by the video game community in San Francisco because he had wrongthink, even though he wasn't even a Trump supporter, he was just conservative. And to see how politically charged it has gotten in the San Francisco area with companies like IGN and Kinda Funny, it's just kind of sad. It's just kind of sad to see. And kind of funny even after that, because Colin really did try not to, just lambast Kind of Funny. Kind of Funny really did that to themselves. But I remember when they did that last little live stream together, it seemed that Colin was trying to be supportive of the people that really portrayed him, which just really shows the character of Colin Moriarty. But, it's just sad to see how political they've gotten. Like I said, I watched the show and they would just bring up stuff over and over and over again. And I don't even like bringing it up on this show, to be honest. But I do think these things need to be called out because we want better, right? We want better. We want people to be able to come in who disagree with each other, to respect each other, right? And not to alienate half your audience. So I'll just say this right now, and I've said this before. I don't care if you agree with me. I've had discussions on this channel now with people who don't agree with me on things, and it's been wonderful. They've challenged me on stuff. I think I've been able to challenge them on things just from either the videos or even in the comments. And the comments have been really good and engaging and fun. And we disagree on stuff, and that's okay. But I'm not going to insult, ridicule, name call someone that you may respect and agree with. I'm not going to go out of my way to bring up real world things to lambast you, the audience, because you may disagree with me on something. I'm not going to go out of my way to do that. And I don't think it's healthy. And I think that's how you really kill your industry. So that's just me. The drama with that is over. I'm done. We're going to move on to something dealing with Xbox. Some other drama, but not political drama, just video game drama. And so, anyway, I just needed to get my thoughts on that because I was a huge Greg Miller fan, okay? Podcast Beyond was my thing back in the day, okay? The PlayStation podcast that IGN has was like my favorite thing to listen to with Colin and Greg. And when they made their own thing, I became super excited about it. And it's just disappointing to see where Greg Miller is. I'm happy to see where Colin is. Colin's doing really great. If you've never checked out Sacred Symbols, Colin's Last Stand, they have their own Patreon. It's really good. And Colin does some really good journalism, like legit video game journalism and interviews and things. He does a really good job with a lot of stuff he does. So I really encourage you guys to check that out. But anyway, I'm done. We're moving on. But I would love to hear what you guys think about this topic right here. Hey guys, what is up? This is a much shorter clip for a much longer show that we do here during the week on this channel called the Embrace Nerd Show. If you would like to watch the much longer show, you can check that out right over here. Thanks, guys.